My name is Nick Strimple. I'm a professor here at University of Southern California, Thornton School of Music. I also am the music director at Beverly Hills Presbyterian Church. I've been in that job for 30 years. I work in the music industry in various capacities as an arranger and composer, and also as an expert witness in copyright infringement cases. I've been at the university for 10 years and teach the choral literature classes, the sacred music classes, cantata and oratorio for graduate voice majors, and music and the Holocaust, which is one of our diversity courses here at the university. Well, the function of that of a position of a minister of music or a director of music in a church, I think, changes with the church. Not even it used to be by denomination. Someone working in a Baptist church would be expected to know a completely different kind of repertoire than somebody working in an Episcopal church or a Catholic church, for instance. Now, the denominational differences are not so great in terms of music. Music directors in churches are expected to know a wide range of music, and not only in classical music, but all styles of music, pop styles and jazz and folk music, and because the congregations tend to be more diverse, and ministers may want a certain kind of music. One minister may want something, another one something else, especially if a church has more than one clergyman. They may have different services. Catholic churches, for instance, in Los Angeles, on any given Sunday morning in a large Catholic church, one Mass will be a mariachi Mass. There might be another Mass that's a folk Mass. It would be sort of American folk music, Caucasian folk music. There might be a Mass, a high Mass with a choir. There might even be a Mass in Latin with a choir. So the music directors they need to be a lot more versatile and well versed in different styles than they used to be. There's also a need for church musicians to understand administration more than they used to, how to manage a program, especially a large program where you're dealing with different kinds of music and maybe different ensembles, really diverse ensembles, even knowing how to write grant proposals and things, even in a church. The challenges in a church today are a lot more than they used to be, because you have to be able to do a lot of different kinds of music. It isn't just the organ and the choir, and maybe occasionally bringing in brass for Easter. Many churches also have concert series where it isn't just the choir doing 2 or 3 concerts a year, a Christmas concert, a spring concert, something else, maybe with an orchestra that they hire to bring in. In fact, some very large churches have their own orchestras in-house made up of parishioners. But if a church has a concert series, they may also have chamber music, or they may bring in performers from other places to do concerts, and then the music director has to function as an impresario. So it's a little bit different than it was when I was first getting into the business 30, 40 years ago. Well, in the worship service, music director has to be able to, in my opinion, to match what is happening in the service. Some churches follow the liturgical calendar for the year, so the scripture readings are set, and the music director can plan accordingly pretty far in advance. Other churches, the ministers may not follow the lectionary, and it's a good idea for a minister of music to be able to work with these clergymen and plan what's going to happen well in advance so they have time to rehearse, and match the music to the scriptures, or even more than just matching to the scripture, to the particular inflection that the ministers are going to focus on. And that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of knowledge of repertoire, knowledge of the hymnal of the particular denomination, and also experience in knowing how fast their choir can learn music, because they may have a perfect piece for a certain Sunday, but they don't have enough time to prepare it, so they have to look elsewhere for a piece of music. Well, there are a lot of workshops they can attend to enhance skills. Although most church musicians, at least in Los Angeles, their other job is involved in music somehow. They're either teaching at a university or a community college, or they're high school or middle school teachers, music teachers. So their conducting skills and their music teaching skills are being practiced every day. For those that are not in that situation, or they may be a bank teller or something, and then on Thursday night and Sunday, they're working in a church. There are lots of workshops around the country advertised in the Choral Journal and in various denominational journals. These are usually in the summer, but not always. The American Choral Directors Association conventions are usually in February and March, and there are always church music activities on those programs. In California, the American Choral Directors Association has a summer conference up just outside of Yosemite National Park that runs for about 4 days, and there are always church music clinics involved in that. So there are lots of ways to network with people who are also church musicians, and find out what's going on, and study for a short time with people who